Dr. Sherry. I'm gonna have to find some more music, some more countdown music so we can get something with a little bit more pep in it. All right, let's see who is in the house. Hello, Lakia. Hi, Dr. Sherry Lakia from Ohio. Hey, Lakia, and thank you for being a member. All right, okay, I got a little spam coming up. Give me a second. Let me get this spam out my way so I can see what the heck else is going on. Get out of here. Are you kidding me? I cannot remove this spam. Okay, there we go. All right, let me see who else has popped in. Hey, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How are you? This is another member. I told you guys you can tell they're a member by that little sign right there. And while I'm at it, let me not forget, if you are a member, we will have a wonderful discussion on October 28th. Don't ask me the time because I don't remember. But I know it's October 28th. It's in the evening time somewhere. But if you are a member, you should receive notification. And if not, just remember to pipe in. But somewhere on the dashboard, I know I have, there's a reminder of that. Okay, so welcome. Hey, Shiloh. Good afternoon to you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let me see who else is here. Hi, Doctor. This is Lady Ash. Okay, Ohio is really moving. Hey, how are you, Lady Ash? Let me see who else is in the house. Harrison. Okay, let me talk about Harrison. Okay, Harrison will be on live with me tonight for Case Watch. Now, you all know this is my new show that I brought forth to kind of start helping people know how to represent themselves as either pro se. Okay, so if you want to go in as the United States citizen, I'm going to teach you how to begin to defend yourself as pro se, or if you are status corrected, we can go that route too. You can literally go either path, you guys. And a lot of times they're making so many egregious mistakes at this point that you can literally go in as a straw man and still win or make them stand down. And we're seeing that happen over and 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 over again. Okay. So come back tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Harrison will tell us his story. And I'm so excited because you all know I told you guys when I started Case Watch that I did not want to I didn't want to kind of talk to the people about their story. So just from us being in the same school and conversing, I know a little bit, but tonight we're going to really go into depth about what happened to Harrison and hear it from his own mouth. Okay, so I'm excited about that. All right, let me see who else is in the house. Hey, Deborah, our new status corrected. Yay! Okay. All right, Deborah is in the house and she's also a member, so welcome. Perfectly Pressed. Hello, Dr. Sherry. Hello, how are you? I love that name. Perfectly Pressed. Okay, now. Hey, Antoinette, how are you? And Antoinette is also a member, so she'll be joining us at our October 28th talk. I'm so excited about this because this is the first time I'm able to just talk with the members, those that have actually sewn into the channel. So you all are really see the worth of this, but now I'm able to have these one-on-ones with you guys, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really, really, really excited about that. Okay, Deborah's doing a thumb up. Yes, for being status corrected. Okay, she's from Arizona. Wow. Okay, Arizona is in the house and it is hot in Arizona. It is hot. Let's see who else is in. Sharon Philpott. Hey, boy, Ohio, y'all are kicking butt. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Deborah's excited being status corrected. And there we go again. All right, you guys, let's get started. Now, let me just tell you right now, I put a timer on because I got a lot of information and I'm hoping I can get through all of it today. And again, if I can't get through today, I'm going to try to roll it over to the TikTok Tuesdays. But let me just go forth and just give a few announcements right now. All right. I know you are still waiting for my video describing the resident domicile address video. I haven't had time, you guys. It has been off the darn chain. Okay. It has been off the chain, but I promise you, I'm coming with that to give y'all a breakdown, because it's important that you go and you get a P.O. box, or like I said before, you can do the rural route. And I already have a video on that. But what I'm finding now is when a lot of you all are going into court, the judge is tricking you with that resident question. Okay. And I'm actually seeing this on YouTube too. You know, when they talk about the sovereign and all of this, you know, they have these little sovereign citizen cases, even though you all know we're not sovereign citizen, but that's another way how they're tripping you up. But when the resident question comes and you're not answering it correctly, they reel you right on in. All right. And so I'm seeing that there's a need to kind of describe that and go a little bit in depth and do a little more layering of that. So that's coming. That's coming. Okay. Want to go through our calendar of events. Let me keep up with y'all little comments. That's right. Don't forget to give the thumbs up and like and share. If you guys can do that right now, that will help. So those that are in here right now, we got 13 people in here. So go ahead and give a thumbs up to the live, not in the comments, but if you give a thumbs up to the live, it helps push it out a little further. So if you're watching us on your big screen TV, if you'll go up and then over, you'll see where you can give a thumbs up. If you're on your phone, you should see where you can be able to give a thumbs up, okay? So please, 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 because you guys, you don't understand. When y'all do that, it pushes it out a little further. So if you'll do that right now, you'll see our numbers go up a little bit, okay? All right, so tonight, what is happening tonight? Tonight, we got Case Watch at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I already told you guys that. Come on back. Harrison, who is down here right now. Harrison be killing those hats, you guys. Kills it, okay? He'll be on tonight. And so come back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight also, and hi Kimberly from Ohio, how are you? Also tonight we have our new status, new life orientation. So if you don't know anything about being status corrected, you've heard about this, but you don't know really the steps, you don't know where this stuff came from, you don't understand the fraud. Tonight, and it used to be 6:30 p.m., but now that we have Case Watch, but tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live on Zoom. And you're actually able to talk to me and ask me questions about this, okay? It's very personable. I used to do it every Friday, but listen, things got crazy. So I only do it once a month now, every fourth Friday. So tonight is the night, all right? So how you can get there, you can go to, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I don't have my little ticker going. Nope, give me a second. Where's my banner? There you go. Go to newstatusnewlife.com and click on the link and register for that. Okay. And once again, you guys, thank you so much for the donations. Again, y'all are really warming my heart. And we're going to talk about that, because you do not know that when you donate, how it just, you feel the energy. It's not, I don't care if it's $5. I just feel the appreciation, because at that time that I receive it, or my team sends it over to me, it all depends on which vehicle platform you're given. And I see your name. I don't know. It's like just immediately I just do a prayer in my head of thanks for you even thinking about me. And so it means so much. I can't even put it into words. So I thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to, Cash App, Venmo is right there. You can also do Zelle. Doing Zelle is just iamdrsherry@gmail.com. So you can do Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. And that is iamdrsherry@gmail.com. And I thank you. In fact, what I'm going to do, you know what I'm going to tell? Let me make a note of myself. I'm going to start just shouting you guys out on this Friday and Tuesday. Let me write that down. To shout out blessings. Okay. Make myself a note to send that over to me. So we're going to start shouting you guys out. All right. So we talked about tonight, we talked about the new member orientation. You guys, if you have a family member or a friend that needs to hear the information, please share that. Once again, I only do it once a month. And in that orientation, I have receipts. Okay. I have receipts. Now, let me just also say this. If you're in the de facto and you're coming in to try to start some mess or try to get some information, do know that we read the Bivens decision. So don't play. I'll use that against you in court. Okay. Just had to put that out there, because y'all know I don't play. All right, here we go. Let me see. So that's tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our ASN class coming up, you guys. Yes. So if you're trying to get a land patent and you are status corrected, or if you're not status corrected and you want to be, but you want to learn the steps for those that have gotten the land patents, we have a class coming up. What about Anna? We're going to talk about Anna. I promise you, we're going to talk about Anna. We're going to talk about all of that. But I have a land patent class coming up. And let me see if I can share my screen so I can show you. Let me see, share. Hold on for a minute. No, I don't want to share screen. Do I want to share screen? Let me see. Image file. Let me see if I can pull that. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I do want to share the screen. Where is it? Is it this way? No, that's not it. I might just give y'all an announcement on that because I think, yeah, I'm just going to give you an announcement on that. I don't even want to waste time trying to, I thought I had loaded it up, but I didn't. So, the land patent class is coming up November 1st, which is next Saturday. It's from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 12 p.m., about noon time, okay? And next week it begins it, you guys. So if you're interested, just go to, once again, go to newstatusnewlife.com. It's the email that's coming right there, the website that's coming right there, newstatusnewlife.com, and you can register for the land patent class. So just go there. I'm excited about this. We've actually had 2 people now go through the process because I've done this class a couple of times, but we have several in the process. We have 2 people now that have completed the steps that they need to do. And they're at the step now where they're going to start cornering off. Okay, we have a lot of people that are still trying to lock down their land patents. And again, this is stuff that we'll talk about in class and we'll kind of show you how to do it. And sometimes you will get in roadblocks and you just got to stick in there until you get that land patent. But we'll talk about all of that. Okay, I'm going to keep Harrison's comment up so I don't forget about that. Okay, so the land patent class, again, it begins next Saturday. You can register there. Every Tuesday, don't forget, you can hit me at TikTok Live. And the lives are saved there, you guys. And people are starting to find the lives and go back and look at the other ones. Welcome to those that are coming in. Go ahead and give a thumbs up if you would. And share, share, share. Okay, let me deal with this comment right here because that's actually number 2. What about Anna? Is the world set free yet? Whoa, so excited. Did y'all hear all that emotion? This week we had a lot of serious things that occurred, a lot of serious. So let me see if I can share my screen on this so you guys can see all of the goodness that has taken place. Let me see. Do I have that window up? I think I do. Oh, no, that's that one. Okay, no problem. Give me a second. I can go to the window so I can show you guys. Let me show you this article first. Okay. Come back to you guys. Window. Here we go. Share. Okay. Can you see? Let me go back to make sure you guys are there. Yes, you see that article? All right, and I think we talked about this before. When Anna puts these articles out, you guys, I'm calling it an article, but it's not an article. It is actually an international public notice. And we talked about this before. So she's sending this out to the Pope, to Trump's administration, to all of the leaders around the world. She's putting them on notice. And so I'm just going to read the top part of this. She said, it has been 11 years, 5 months, and 19 days since I sent my letter to Cardinal George of Chicago. Today, that demand for solace and redress and justice for the living people has been answered by the high courts of the world. For those that don't know, that there is a high court, and it's actually in the Netherlands. Evicting me from my house based on false claims of tax debt, personage, and barratry was the final straw. Now, how many people do you know have possibly been evicted or threatened to be evicted, have been foreclosed upon, or have been threatened to be foreclosed upon? Not only am I getting my house back, let me repeat that. If you didn't hear it, not only am I getting my house back, but we took the entire tax structure down with it. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Most people don't realize this, but the so-called 16th Amendment was the mechanism that created not only the federal income tax, but all other taxes and piggyback along with it property taxes, utility taxes, school taxes, road taxes, gas taxes, gift taxes, estate taxes, franchise taxes, inheritance taxes, capital gains taxes, license taxes, sanitation taxes, and yes, even carbon taxes. So I'm going to stop right there because the article goes on, you guys. And again, you can kind of read this for yourself. And I want you to go and read this to yourself. But I'm just going to summarize. She got her house back. And she had to be evicted, you guys. She had to go through the process. So go back and watch my other lives when I talked about this. Okay, go back and watch my other lives, because going back to listen to the other lives, you'll understand what happened during that time, how they came in, I think, a day after her husband passed. Okay, you see how belittling, criminal this is. Good morning, Dr. Sherry in New Status. Hi, Miss Yolanda, how are you? So just understand that she got her house back, but there's another step to this. And there is another article. And let me pull this article up because I want you to go and look at this article. Let me stop that screen and go to the other article, because you have to read this on your time. You guys, it's just not enough time for me to read all of these articles. And let me see, did I put that one up? Let me see, I did not put that one up. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you the name of it, because y'all know Anna has done over 5,000 articles. Give me the last one that she did. That last one I just put up, it was called, which one was that? I think that was called Full Circle. Yeah. But this one right here, this is the one I want you guys to go take a look. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. I'm watching this time today. Yeah, I remember the last slide when I was like, ah! All right, this one is called The Interpretation of the Vatican Chancery Order. Now, with this right here, she is actually talking about this high court, okay? Now, notice it says Vatican. I've been telling y'all this whole time, this religion piece, okay, this is what's running the world. This religion piece. So when those are Rahan, that I'm a Christian and I'm Muslim and I'm Catholic and I'm all of this, do y'all understand you are aligning yourself with, I'm not going to put it on my platform because I don't want to get in trouble. But what I'm telling you is that read this article and go through. It says people have asked why the Vatican Chancery Court. It's a chancery matter because the issue involves a property interest, and the Vatican Chancery Court is the highest court in the world when it comes to resolving property interests. Let's talk about this piece right here because it's all about property. It's about land, but what you don't understand is if you are a United States citizen, you are considered property. I want to make sure y'all heard that again, what I'm saying. If you are a U.S. citizen, you are considered property. Are you hearing me? Okay. So now let me go back to this article because I wanted to make sure you all got that point. It is also a postal court issue. Yes, I told y'all, if you've been watching my lives and you've been watching them since number one, the post office is a court. All right, because it involves identity and what address. That's why I told y'all I have to go back. I got to find the time to do a whole video just on resident, domicile, and address. You don't understand how crucial that is to identifying who you are. So if you even use the statement my resident or my address is, that is already a no-no. You have your vocabulary because words are spells. They're spells. And when it comes out, that's why I told you I was watching a court case. And as soon as the man said, this is where I live and this was my resident, the judge was like, yep, because he knew he had him. All right. So thus you have both courts invoked and a regional postmaster signing the order. Okay. The regional postal court is the highest court in the world when it comes to resolving issues of address and identity. That's why passports are issued through the post office. So if you look at the final orders my husband and I received, the primary question is the status of the parties and relationship of one to the other. The final order reveals that the upper lowercase name with a first, middle, last form is a vessel in international commerce. The internet next, it reveals that all capital letters name with a first, middle, last form is a vessel in global commerce. It also reveals that these vessels are at peace with the British Crown and that the one holy and are exempt from levy and tax. The one that is holy. This is why I tell you, I don't time you're born when the baby comes out of the mother's womb. I take you from the time of inception in the mother's womb, because that's when a divineness is happening. This is where you're being downloaded with who you are, with your purpose of creation. And you have to understand, what do I say all the time? You have to understand who you are. All right. So I want you to go back and read this article. And for those that don't know, find it's at AnnaVonRetz.com. AnnaVonRetz.com, and you can check that out. All right, let me remove this so I can keep going. All right, let me see. Do I have anybody else here? Hola, hola, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. All right, let's keep going. So go back and check those out. But where we are right now, I got her house back at 8 a.m. today. I'm not sure if that's the time that she was able to go back into the house, or that's the time that she left, or she needs to be in the, she's going to be in the world court. So that's where we are right now. She's actually going to the world court, you guys. And I'm going to try to summarize this from all of the information I received. Oh my God, it is so much information I have to go through to get to this point, to give it back to you. You guys have no idea the amount of seminars, amount of webinars, phone calls, readings I have to get through just to get prepared for this. All right. So I'm going to try to summarize this. When she's at the world court, okay, what she is doing is she's getting an order from them, an actual physical order. She's having to physically go to the world court, because with all of the stuff that's happening with AI, even me right now, I'm looking at some of the stuff and I'm having to figure out, is that a real person? Or is that, and I said person, which is corporation, or is that a natural man, a natural woman? What am I looking at right now? My daughter was telling me, y'all know my daughter's in music. And shout out to my daughter, Bria. She actually won an award for best music placement in a short film. Yes. And her short film that she did the music for, well, she was a music supervisor for, is Finding Jamia's Spirit. So find that somewhere. It's Finding Jamia's Spirit, and my baby Bria supervised all of the music that is in that short film. All right, so I just had to shout her out right quick. Sorry, you guys. All right, so going back to the world court. So she is there to actually get a 1 minute order. She said it takes about 1 minute, or is it? I think it's called a 1 minute order. I think that's what it was called, a 1 minute order. But she's there to get an order, okay, from the high court that's in the Netherlands that is stating everything that she has said about what the fraud is, because this fraud has been going on, you guys, since the 1860s. That's why when you look at all of the history will always begin in the 1800s. Haven't you all heard me talk about that before? I said it always happens. They start their history from the 1800s, because that's when that BS history began. I declare strength and stamina to you, Sherry, in fulfilling your mission. You are doing amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Hey, April, one of our members. I told you, anytime you see them little gadgets right there, that's a member. All right, Yolanda's saying, congratulations, baby girl. Oh, thank you. I'll make sure she knows that. All right, so let me keep going, you guys, because I told you I'm on a time clock right now. But I'm doing pretty good. So when she gets this order from the court, and she had to physically go there just to make sure she wasn't AI, that she was a real natural woman going before them, okay? And this is not something that has to be proven. It has already been proven. So let's make sure we're clear. She's not having to go through and try a case. It's already been proven. That's how she was able to get her home back. Okay. Just going to actually get present the information once again to get the order. So how does this look? This looks like she's going to be able to actually go, oh, thank you, Kimberly. Y'all didn't know you can give on this channel too. Thank you so much for your donation, your super chat. Those are called super chats. So thank you so much. So when she actually goes and comes back with the order, you guys, this is what you now can use, but you can only use it if you're what? Put it in the chat. You can only use it if you're what? I want to make sure it is clicking in your mind. When Anna comes back with the order from the World Court, who can use the orders for anything that involves themselves? Who can use the orders? Okay, who can you put it in chat? Oh, look at that star right there on that super chat. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Yes, status corrected. Yes, go Dr. Shade. Status corrected. Yes, private. Yes, status correct. Look at all those status corrected. I hope everybody that's coming in, y'all are what? Status corrected. And you know what? You don't, not just ASNs, you could be a American state citizen, but you all know, let me say, and I want to hone in on this, what April said. It's not even just American state nationals. Do you know there are other groups now that are actually, they're just going a different route? But if you show that you're not a United States citizen, you could make a declaration. And there are different groups that's doing that. Case in point, Moorish people have been doing this for a minute. I mean, Moorish, they got their own thing going. All right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so many different routes that you can go. Yes, status corrected. Yes. So you all should be just screaming. And if you're status corrected, you are seeing now breakthrough. And speaking of breakthrough, if you're in the school, you saw that I actually put pictures of my actual mommy being status corrected. I was so happy, you guys. And if you know my story, you know I've been in this since 2009. And you know I got into this through putting in the internet, natural living, and Anna's picture comes up with her information with that same little picture that I just showed y'all. That came up in 2009. I was clueless to what I was reading because I was trying to find a remedy, a cure for my father who had prostate cancer. And so me keeping that information, my spirit resonating with it, because I tell you guys all the time, even though we're doing paperwork and we're making declarations of who we are, it still goes back to you knowing the true essence of who you are, because this is all spiritual, not religious. It's spiritual. And you have to get from that space that you are aligning with any group, because there is no group when you know who you are. You are unique in who you are. You don't need an alignment. And when I realized that, my whole mindset began to change. With even the different groups and organizations that I've been a part of, I see them differently now. Yes, I pledge a sorority. I'm considered a Sarah, but I see it differently now. I see all of these organizations. I don't care which one I'm in a part of. I see it differently now. Yes, I was pastoring. I see it differently now. I see all of that differently now. And I realize, wait a minute, I don't need any layers of anything. And if I decide to, I can control all the layers. I can be Sherry over here. I can be Mommy over here. I can be Dr. Sherry over here. I can be Couch over here. I can be Irene over there. I can be Sherry the Delta over here. I don't have to be anything over here. I can be a child over here. I can be whatever I want to be. And I decide when I want to be it. That's the amount of control that we have. And you have to understand that you are all of those things. But at the end of the day, what's at the top, which is the umbrella, is that you are a natural man or a natural woman. That's it. I don't even have to have a name, because it says I am that I am. And so if I want you to call me I am, then that's what you call me, because I control who I am. Oh, did y'all like that? Oh, I love that right there. Let me go back into this chat. Thank you so much. I'll let Bria know. I see it differently as well. Do you see what I'm saying? I see it all differently. And when I'm telling you, I'm not putting anything, any organization, anybody down. If you call yourself a Christian, Christian on. If you call yourself a Catholic, Catholic on. If you're a Muslim, on. If you say you're more on. If you say you're Japanese, Japanese on. That has no effect on me. But I am who I say I am. Okay, so there's no debates where it comes to this. And when I get in front of people who are debating this now, I'm getting them to really begin. I'm trying to get them to get to the space that you understand you're not limited. You're not limited. And I'm not limited. I respect you in any realm that you say that you are, because what, Harrison? We own it all. But people don't get that when they understand, and when they become status corrected, you own it all. I decide who, and if I don't want to align with you, I don't have to align with you. If you believe that somebody's coming from the sky to save you, believe on. I am not going to say it is right or if it's wrong. If that's your belief, believe on. Okay? And I know what my belief is, but I'm not going to put you down if that's your belief, because some people really believe that. And I'm telling you, go for it. Look, I'm going to fist bump you. Bam. Okay? But I know where my mindset is now. And I know that where I am now and what I received from this point, there's such a level of peace and freedom, because I'm not confined anymore. I'm not confined anymore to having to be a part of any group, because I am wonderfully made. Okay? I am wonderfully made in being unique in who I am. And that's what I'm saying for you guys. All right, laugh a Christian on if they want to. Okay, Christian on. Hey, I feel free. You have to feel free, because when you reach that level in that spiritual plane, there's no separation. There's no division. It doesn't exist. And I had to have a really deep conversation with someone, and this person is really, really close to me, and I had to tell him, if there is a space of division where I am pitting one group against another, I don't want any parts in it. I don't want any parts. The only group that I'm aligning with are those that are free of mind. That's it. Because if you're not free of mind, you're not going to allow me to be free of mind. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I tell people it's no debates as well. I just told someone that it's no debates. I'm not debating with you. Okay, they just want to prove a point. Let them have it. You got it. Listen, honey, this April, I'm with you. This is what I'm telling them. Honey, believe what you want to believe. It is fine with me. It is fine. All right. Sharon to say, yeah, I was just about to say that it's all about being in peace. It's about being in peace. And that's what Anna just said in her article. She let them know, listen, British, I'm not y'all enemy. You keep doing what you're doing. All right. Those that are getting your attorney license and you're registering for the bar on British Accreditation Registry. Go on. All right, let me see. Yes, it's all about being peaceful. Wanted me to be an Israelite. I don't have to. I am not aligning with any group. I'm just not doing it. Free of mind brings being free of mind brings the true liberty. All right, let me get to my list, because what time is it? Okay, let me get to my list, because I don't want to have to make an abrupt exit like I did before. I felt so bad. Y'all remember that when I had to do the abrupt exit? Oh my God, that was just embarrassing. All right, here we go. So now that takes me to this discussion. Oh boy, this is where it's really going to get deep. Let me go here. Let me talk about the gold, and then I know y'all will hear about the school update. It's a wonderful school update too. So I got so much good information, but I need to get this out. I need to get this out because I need y'all to stay put. Because as soon as I get that, listen, I'm gonna get y'all because as soon as I give that bank update, y'all be daddling off. Okay. And also understand, you guys, you have to subscribe to the channel to be able to make comments. So if you're not able, because I forgot somebody had put that in the school that they can't comment, you have to subscribe. Okay. So let me go ahead and put that out there now. So please follow me on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to this channel right here so you're able to talk to us. All right. Now, gold today is $4,141.30. Let me put that in the chat. 41. Look at that. 4141. 4141. Okay. Let me put that in here. So that's the goal for today. So you know our AFD dollars right now are worth $414.30. Let me put equals 1 AFD. Okay, so that's what our AFD. So y'all remember last week gold had reached up to 4,500. Y'all, gold is reaching all-time highs, and so I'm going to share something with you, and you have to begin to see what's going on. Remember this time last year around September, it was at 1,800. They are projecting that gold is going to get up to $15,000 per ounce. All right. So now this is for 2001. That's how much what Sharon is what Yolanda is showing us is that is how much I believe from our monthly deposits. Is that what you're showing? I think that's what that number is. We get monthly deposits of $5,280. So that is how much deposits we get converted into United States dollar as of today. Now, listen, I am stressing as of today. I believe that's what Yolanda is showing. If I'm wrong, correct me, please, Yolanda, but I believe that's what she's showing. Let me see. Is that what she said? Yes. Okay. That's what she's showing. All right. But make sure you understand I said as of today, because that as of today is huge. So listen to me very carefully. I need everybody front and center. I need you to take notes because what I am telling you is extremely important. Now, y'all know when I tell you to put a pin in, I know we play and sometimes joke around, but you all know a lot of times when I have told you it is time for you to take this part seriously, I need you to take it seriously like never before. All right. So listen to me very closely. Gold just did a dip from last week that we were on here to now. Okay. So even though it's dipping, it's going up, it's dipping, there's there's a instability in what's happening right now because so much is happening. The stock market, the cryptocurrency, all of it is doing the same thing. Now, when it actually does another bull run, they call it a bull run. When it shoots up, when it does another bull run, again, they are projecting. When I say that, y'all know there's numbers on all of this stuff. There's numbers on stocks. There's numbers on everything. They are projecting that it's going to do gold is going to do 3 bull runs. I think right now it's in its second bull run. Okay. And then it will do another bull run up to 15,000. Now, what happened during okay, y'all remember the C thing? Okay, because I got to be careful. Y'all remember during the C thing around the year 2020, there was a bull run in cryptocurrency. So always the market's going to shoot up, even though there was things that were declining, like people were losing businesses, all kind of stuff was happening in the for real society. Okay. On the other side, crypto and stocks went up. Okay. So you have to look at what has made gold go up. What has made gold go up is because gold is being backed now by currencies. Okay. Local currency. So now let's talk about this. I got to bring BRICS in right now. Okay, so now BRICS just used to be Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. All right, and it go back to the other lives when we talked about those that are status corrected in South Africa. They are able now to actually pull on their AFD that's been changed and called DRAU now. Okay, Dominus. I forgot what the A was, but anyway, it's on a couple lives. Just go back and watch those. But listen to the others that have joined BRICS. It's not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, who are the original five. It has expanded to include Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. We know that Dubai is a part of the United Arab Emirates. There are 8 emirates in the United Arab Emirates, and one of those is Dubai, and Indonesia. What does this mean, you guys? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Go back and research y'all stuff, because listen, this is not I don't want to turn this into a history channel, because I already done the work, but just go back and check for yourself. But BRICS came together because they wanted to start using their own monies. And we know the only money is backed by what? Gold and silver. All right. They did not want the United States dollar to be the lead, because what was happening is that, like, say, for instance, they would purchase oil. They would purchase oil using the United States dollar. They didn't want that anymore. So they got rid of it. They said, you know what? We're going back to our monies being backed. And BRICS just dropped an article. Go Google it. BRICS just dropped an article where they say that they are going back to local currencies. So what does that mean? Brazil is going to use their local currency. China is going to use their local currency. Indonesia is going to use their local. All those countries that I just named out are using local currencies now, because their local currency is backed by gold. Are y'all understanding that point before I go forth? Because for me to go to the next part is going to be huge. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, and give a thumbs up to the live too, so it goes out. But give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're understanding, or if you're understanding where I am, because I can't lose anybody. And somebody doesn't understand, ask me a question. Can we have the link to the article? I'm about to give it to you. I'm about to give it to you in just a minute. But you can just Google BRICS local currency. Just Google that, okay? Because it'll come up. All right, are y'all getting it? Okay, I see thumbs up. I see thumbs up. I see thumbs up. You're getting it? Let me see if I see a more thumbs up, or if I see questions. Okay. All right, she's saying okay about the article. Okay, let me see. We are all one. We are occupants of the entire there you go. Harrison gets it. Because the ones BRICS is the BRICS is the de facto. Okay, we're talking about the de facto side of these countries, okay? But even the de facto is aligning. They're not status correct. That's not private. We're talking about the de facto side and what the de facto is doing, which is causing a rippling effect. All right, everybody has. All right, okay, thank you so much. Okay, everybody's getting it. Okay, good. Okay, so now let me keep going. So again, you can just Google BRICS local currency. That should come up. That should not be a problem for that article to come up. What I need you guys to understand is what is happening. Now, I will show you this article, because this is where it's about to get real. Okay. This is where it's about to, and I think I pulled this one. I did pull it. Yay, Sherry, I pulled it. Yes. Okay, let me add this one to stage. Okay, y'all see this? This is from King World News. Go and Google that yourself to understand how serious this correspondence is, this communication is, and who they are. The world is hurtling back toward gold as money. Do y'all see that? The world is hurtling back to gold, toward gold as money. With turmoil continuing across the globe, it is becoming apparent the world is hurtling back toward gold as money. Gold's return as money. February 16th, King World News. Alasdair Macleod. Is that? Yeah, McLeod, I think. The consequences of Russia and her Asian allies embracing gold backing for the currency are poorly understood in Western capital markets. That's us. This move could lead to the destruction of the global fiat currency system. According to evidence, which is widely ignored in Western capital markets, a move by Russia to put a new trade settlement currency and possible the ruble as well onto a new gold standard is becoming a certainty. As a weapon of mass fiat currency destruction, the timing is probably bound up in on the ground military considerations, which are already showing signs of escalating in eastern Ukraine. As well as using gold to undermine the Western currency system, a return to a credible gold standard has significant advantages for Russia and for her allies in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the Eurasian Economic Union, BRICS, and all the commodity suppliers beyond Asia. At the same time, it would destroy the West's fiat currency and financial system. This article explains how one part of the global economy can thrive while the other collapses. You guys go and find this article for yourself. Go ahead and snap it now. Okay. You know what? Let me do this. Let me take a snap and I'll put it in chat. Let me do that and y'all can grab it. All right, let me do that. Let me do that. Let me remove this and I'll put it in chat. And I think if you're live that you can grab it. All right, there it is. Okay. And I think if you're in chat live with me, you can grab that there. But that's the article. So if you want to take a picture, whatever you need to do, and you can come back to this as well. Okay. But that's the article. So why is this so important, you guys? And you saw that was from February. And I told you just recently, I think in the last week or two, BRICS just did the announcement that they're going to be using their local currencies. Why? Because it's backed by gold. So this, when you go back and you tie this to when Anna was saying, I understand what they're doing. I know that, if you watch their CNN news, and this is the thing, they always tell you the truth. Don't Trump say constantly it's fake news? Doesn't he say that? He tells you it's fake news because he knows every BS that they come across these stations with is bull. And the man is telling the truth and people get mad with him. He's telling you it's fake news, okay? Because we know everything that they're saying is to program. That's why they call it programs. So now you have to get to the understanding that you understand what is happening now. So when Anna made the statement, I understand what all of them are doing. That has nothing to do with us. This is what she's saying. Why? Because we have our own banking system, okay? Her and Hunter have gotten together and they have created our own banking system. So to give an update on the banking system, the bank is done. The bank is done. And it's not turned on yet. We understand. But where they are right now, as Anna just said, when the instructions are released, she already knows that there is going to be a group of people who are going to need help. Our elderly may need help. And our younger people may need help. The people in between who are used to using Cash App and using their phones to, look at menus at restaurant. And we know how to use our phones and operate our phones. It's just to do everyday tasks. There's a group of people out there, and you will find this group mostly probably in our elders or our young people, real young people who don't understand how to operate like that. And you're going to even find some Gen X people who just don't know how to operate to that level with our phones. Okay. So there are going to be videos showing you how to begin to move. Okay. Move your monies, how to operate the AFD, which is international currency, which is backed by gold. You seeing how it's playing now? How to understand and use your credits. Do understand when you use your credits, they go away forever. If you've had mortgages, if you've had debts that you've had to pay, all of that stuff comes back to you guys in the form of credits. And it comes back to you from all of your ancestors. So do understand it's going to be a lot of credit, but when it goes away, it goes away. Why? Because the books are being balanced. This is what they didn't do. They have not balanced our books. They were receiving our credit, but they didn't take it away. They made us pay what? Again. Let me see what's going on here. What's my time looking like? Should we remove funds from current banking system, Federal Reserve, or will there be a way to convert? Now, Kelly, I love y'all. And I think you're in a school. I think you're in a school too. As much as I would want to tell you what to do, morally, I cannot. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when we tell you that you are your own unique man or woman, okay? I know you're a woman, but I'm saying for some minutes, listen to this. You're your own unique. You say I don't want to use the word person. I be trying not to use that. Okay, but you are, and I don't even like to use individual because it means to divide as well. But anyway, you're your own woman, or listening, you're your own man. For the men that are listening, I cannot move in that space because for me to do that will be me disrespecting you. And that's the space that we just came out of. Now I know you're just asking, just for me to give you guidance on it, and I can't even go into that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because deep down in your heart, you're already feeling what's going to be best for you to do. You already know what's best for you to do. Okay. So if you're feeling like the funds that you have in fiat, you want to convert it into gold just to be safe, or you want to go and buy some assets. You could say, I want to take my money, I want to buy a car with it. I want to take the money, I want to convert it. Or for some people, you might feel like you want to keep it in the stocks or keep it in whatever you decide to do. I don't know. I don't know what's best for you, but I will tell you this. The decision that you make for yourself, it's going to feel right. Does that make sense? And I hope that you're taking that, you're hearing what I'm saying with your heart and your spirit. And this is for everybody. Let me see. I'm going to see when Kelly responds to that. I have a lot of stocks in the stock market. See, everybody's asking me the same question. Okay. And that's why I'm giving you guys this information. Remember, I told you this was going to be the part that I need you to put a pin in it, and I need you to really decide. I love the disposition, Dr. Sherry, to her question, simply self-governed. And this is what that means. Do you see what I'm saying? When you know who you are, nobody tells you what to do. You already have the power instilled in you to know what's best for you. That's where I'm trying to get you guys to see. You are so precious. You have to understand how precious and powerful you are. We all have been given this gift that no one tells us what to do, because when you were in your mother's womb for 9 months, you were being downloaded with everything you needed to have a wonderful life, to not be a slave to anyone or anything. Now, am I saying that every decision that you make in life is going to be the right decision? Probably not. All the decisions I have made in my life have not been the right decision. But what has been wonderful about it is I learned from it. I learned from it. And that alone was beautiful for me, because it showed me what path I did not want to go back down, or what path I should go back down, but this time go back down with a little bit more sense and wisdom. Let me see what Kelly is saying. Lord knows it isn't that much. Kelly. Okay, well, Kelly, it should be easy for you then. Okay, I will say this. I will give you this much. You guys can go to the United States Mint and purchase gold and silver. Did you know that? And you can get it online. So I don't know if some of you knew that. Go to u.s.mint. It's in Philadelphia, my home. I love Philly so much. I have gravitated back to Philly more in my adult age than I did from when I was a child and we moved, because I realized that y'all know Philadelphia is our actual capital of America. Did y'all know that? When you go downtown on South Street, you'll see this beautiful, huge white building that they're calling their city hall. We about to take it back. Okay, we're about to take it back. Our new postmaster for the True America is already in Philadelphia, getting stuff straight for us as we speak. Okay. Kia, status corrected. Okay, I think that was from the earlier question. Pure intuition, absolutely. I can't relate to the fact that some of us are still with things of physical tangibility. I don't know where that's coming from. Physical tangible. I think what she's saying is that we're holding on to things that are tangible in the world, because you still have, but I will say this and that, you still have to operate. You still need transportation. when you go out, you still want to, look presentable and look nice. So I'm hoping, I don't know, you might need to elaborate a little bit more on that one, because I don't want to take it out of context, because I know sometimes we can take some text out of context. I'm trying to say it this way and mean it that way. But I hope I addressed it the way that you were saying. If not, just let me know. Okay. We all must now move with an honorable intent. Yes, you may claim your deceased parent. Come through. Harrison, I can't wait to get you on tonight. We're going to have some fun. Shiloh, thumbs up. Antoinette, thumbs up. Oh, here's Annette. Material things. Yes, that's what she's talking about. Yeah, we're not going to put the material things. I think I'm saying it the way that she was talking. We're not going to put the material things above who we are, because we are more than all the material things. So absolutely. We have 2 capitals, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina is our capital? No, I hadn't heard that one. I'm not saying it's not, but I just hadn't heard it. I hadn't heard that Charlotte was one as well. Okay, Lakia saying yes. All right. So now we understand about BRICS. We understand about the goal. We understand about the goal back. We understand you guys had to make a decision. Now let me talk about this next piece, because it is important too. So don't leave me yet. Can you all give a thumbs up to the live? Can you and subscribe to the channel? If you're on here right now, you're not subscribed. Subscribe to my channel. Okay. If you're watching me every week and you're not subscribed to this channel, bring your head up here. Shame on you, so I can clock it. Shame on you. Subscribe to my channel. Okay. And follow me on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, so I can see you. I want to join community with you, right? I want us to exchange our energies. And when I see your name, I want to know who you are. Hey, Marquise Bankston Devon. Ooh, loving that name, Marquise. I hope I'm saying that right. Marquise Bankston Devon. I think I am. If not, I apologize. Ouch. You felt that? That's my Philly sister. See, I have never met Martina, but I feel like I know her. Follow her on TikTok, you guys. She be giving us nice messages every morning. Martina, who are you on TikTok? Put that in the chat so I can put it up here. Anyway, okay, so now this is the next important part. And then I got to almost get out of here. Okay. Okay, let me start here. Yes, you are. Good. Okay, I'm glad I'm saying. I don't like to get anybody's name wrong. Okay, you guys, please listen to me. Everybody come close. Come on, come up. Because y'all thought I already dropped some news earlier. No, this is the news. Today marks the anniversary of the 1929 stock market crash. It occurred October 24th, and they named it Black Thursday. Do you hear me? It happened on October 24th. That's right. Today is October 24th. Listen to me very carefully. When you begin to compare some of the societal situations that were occurring during that time, it's almost scary to how it aligns with what's happening right now. Okay. Welcome, Perfectly Pressed, a new YouTube member. Yay. Okay. Okay, Shiloh is talking about Queen City lived near me. The declaration was written in Charlotte in 2 years before it proceeded to Philadelphia. Okay, now, Shiloh, can you put a copy of that inside of the school for us so I can put it in the library? That's important, okay? Now, do y'all hear me? Okay, and here's Lady Madison. Oh, she's Lady Madison on TikTok. Do y'all hear me? Did you hear me what did I say today was? What did I say they nicknamed it? I'm going to see if you've been paying attention. I said today, 1929, October 24th, was considered what? What did they nickname it? 1929 stock market crash, but it happened on October 24th. But what did they nickname it? Put it in chat so I can see that you're hearing what I'm saying. Okay, we got it. What did they nickname it? Freedom, what my grandmother told me years ago. Find truth. Yeah, but what did they nickname that day? That there it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Harrison. Black Thursday. Why everything got to be black? Okay, because they pissed me off with that part. And y'all do know by previous definition, and it is still in the Spanish language when they say blanco. What does blanco mean in Espanol? It means white. So y'all know they switched the words. You know, white really means black and black really means white. I'm just trying to tell you right now. These people were something else. Okay. But anyway, they named it Black Thursday. They named it Black Thursday. Okay. And so when they named it Black Thursday, they said black market crash. That might have been another name, but they named it started with Black Thursday. I'm driving, working, Dr. Sherry, and I do comprehend that anyone can come in and get status corrected like the Nationals as well. Yes. Okay. They named it Black Thursday. All right. So when they named it Black Thursday, this is the day that those that were rich, that had a lot of money in their accounts, they were literally they were tossing themselves out the windows, you guys. It was horrific. So I'm trying to give you an understanding of what was going on. So I know Kelly was making a joke earlier when she said, was it Kelly? I think it was Kelly when she said there's not much in there when we were talking about what she should do with her fiat that she has. And she was saying it's not much in there. So I just want you to imagine, okay? I just want you to imagine, let's just say you had $300,000 in your Wells Fargo account, all right? And right now it's showing $300,000. But then there's a crash of the market. And they take the US dollar and they really assess how much the US dollar is worth. That means just that those dollars, the paper. So right now, a dollar bill is worth $1, but they say, nope, you know what? And again, this is just, okay, we're just, for YouTube, I'm just giving story time right now. Boy, I got to do this little disclaimer. I'm just giving a little story time, the like make believe, okay? So you got $1. Say, for instance, now the dollar, it's not worth $1. You have 300,000 of these dollars in your Wells Fargo account. And they say, you know what? We're flipping a switch. Now all dollars are only going to be worth 10 cents. So your $300,000 goes to how much now? Put it in chat. Oh, that's a math question now. Your 300,000 is now only worth 10 cents. So how much does your $300,000 go to? And I'm only gonna put the ones up to get the right answer with this. Y'all know I used to be a math teacher. Heck, I hope I'm getting it right, but I think I am. How much does your $300,000? They flip the switch and they say, you know what? Everybody that had $1 in their account, we got to put it on. We're going to actually put it on what it's really worth at this point. So $300,000, there it go, is only worth $30,000. This is what happened. This is what was going on. But you were still having to pay for your mortgages. You were still having to pay for your car payments. You were still having to pay for everything as it was. So now also the houses that were worth $300,000 are only worth what? $30,000. Are y'all understanding what was going on? Okay. Are you getting this picture now? Are you getting the picture? That happened in 1929 on this very day, October 24th, which was called Black Thursday. I need y'all to hear what's happening. So now when you begin to look at, and I'm not going to do this for you, y'all going to listen, you in school with me. That's why I'm Dr. Sherry, because I was an instructor and I still am an instructor, and I will be an educator until the day I pass on to my next spiritual plane. You hear I say we don't die. Did I ever do the activity with you guys to prove to you that we don't die? Okay, I'm going to do it tonight. Let me put that down here. Don't die activity. I'm going to do that tonight. So join me after Case Watch when we go into our orientation. For those that don't know anything about this, I'm going to do the don't die activity tonight. Let me put that down here so I won't forget. So you have to begin to understand if what happened back then and the activity surrounding it is similar to what's happening right now, That's all I'm going to say. Because I have learned from others that they don't play on these social media platforms because it is owned by the corporations. Okay. So you got to listen. You put 2 and 2 together right now. That's right. We don't die. Okay. You put 2 and 2 together right now. Okay. You go ask ChatGPT to give you a side-by-side comparison of the 1929 stock market crash society and compare it to our society of today. Okay, that's your homework assignment. There has been a divine reset. Y'all say it. I ain't saying energy never died. It just That's right. And everything is energy. So for those that have been grabbed, those that I'm seeing names for the first time I have never seen before. And for those that are watching the playback, if your energy is making you, has gravitated you to this place today and you're resonating with what I'm saying, your energy matches my energy. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, when y'all give the Cash Apps or the Zelles or the Venmos to me, my energy connects with your energy. It's an exchange of energy. It's just that right now we're considering value Cash Apps or Venmos or Zelles. We consider that value, right? If I bought you some fruit and you a pomegranate that we know is pure and natural, our energies, well, I'm exchanging energy because you're going to give me an energy of gratitude, and I just gave you a pomegranate. Are y'all getting this? Noble Drew Ali took back the land patents in 1928, causing a stop. Come on. I can't say this on here, but he can. That is Shiloh's comment. But the history goes deep. You guys, history goes deep. All of it goes so deep. Okay. Scorpionic character. That's right. We are now in Scorpio season. And for those that understand that, if you go to my TikTok live and if you don't understand who you are, you guys, go to my link bio. Let me put it in chat. It's www.lnk.bio/I am Dr. Sherry. Go there and go over to TikTok Tuesdays, okay, and get your birth chart so you can understand who you are. And if you've been taught that's demonic, well, you go on. Remember, I told you everybody has their own mind. Do what you want, but how in the world can you not know who you are when the day that you were born, there was a blueprint in the heavens at the time that you entered this world that gave you a blueprint of what your life is? And how can you not want to learn that? Do you see what I'm saying? That it gets to a point where you and I, for those that have a belief that is demonic, there's going to be a separation of our minds somewhere, and it will start there. Because if you don't want to understand who you are, how am I to discuss and converse with you? Because I know who I am. Because now I'm conversing with somebody who is clueless to life. There's going to become a limit to our conversation. I know who I am. Okay, I understand what my life is at the time I was born. I understand if you want to say God's, I understand God's heavenly fingerprint, handprint, cursive writing in the sky and how it was laid out to me. And I understand what was written in the sky the time that I was born. And you have to understand that. Dr. Sherry, you are a good soul to sow into. Oh, thank you so much. Your energy is attracting like-minded quality people. Go, Dr. Sherry. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So are you understanding that? So you can go and get your own birth chart and begin to, and they'll even do a whole breakdown of who you are with what area. Do you know there's something called astrocartology? Astrocartology that even goes so deep, aligning from the time that you were born, that will show you the best places for you to live, to expand. And there's some places you should not live that would do just the opposite. That would be horrific for your life. People don't understand that. Have you ever heard somebody say, I don't know why things always happen to me? That's probably why. You're probably living in a place you shouldn't be living. Okay, this stuff goes deep. It goes deep. So once again, if you're in the mindset that it's demonic, go on, child. Go on. Go on. Go on. That's all I'm gonna say. Go on. This is Aisha for your knowing. If my pic isn't visible, I say your pic, Aisha. I'm sorry. I see your pic though. You don't look familiar to me right now. Lakia. Okay, yes. But hi, Aisha. How are you? Okay. All right, let me make sure I got through everything. All right, this is the last thing, and then we're out of it. What's my time looking like? So I don't have to run out of here. I won't have to run out of here as I did before. This is the last thing. I want you guys, let me see what Shiloh is saying, and then I'm going to go for Akashic record. Yes, we're getting too deep now. We'll do that another time talking about the Akashic records. They're gonna be like, what? Okay, immediately they created the straw man from Jekyll Island. Okay, after the land patent retrieval by Noble Drew Ali with the Wizard of Ounces eyes. Okay, all right, we're good. Y'all see, I be trying to tell y'all, we got some deep mindsets, especially in our school. So listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, Shiloh takes us on a trip every day. I got to sit back with coffee and a croissant sometime for his postings in the school. They be so deep. Sometimes his postings are so deep, I can't even take it all in my body. I got to take it in sections. Okay. We love you, Shiloh. We love you, Shiloh. Read the creature. There you go, Harrison. The creature from Jekyll Island, because that tells you all about that. I think we read that in the school too. Did we read that? I think that was one of the first ones we read. Did we read that one? I think yes, we did read that one, The Creature of Jekyll Island. So if you're in a school, that book is already there for you. Just pull it down and grab it. Go to book club. It's already there in PDF. Okay. All right. Now let me talk about this last piece and then I'm out of here. I need for y'all to understand what's going on because some of y'all are still like in court cases right now. You're still trying to deal with that. You know, I'm getting so many. I dealt with some stories this week that made my blood just boil. Okay. And so I want to give you a little piece that's going to kind of help you. And I'm going to do it here. And Harrison, if you want, you and I, we can kind of discuss this again tonight if you know a little bit about that, about this, what I'm about to tell you. So let's talk about the word mercenary. Okay, y'all hearing me? Mercenary, the word mercenary. And a mercenary, I'm going to read exactly what the definition is. It's a private individual, listen, a private individual who joins an armed, I can't understand my own handwriting. Armed force, or armed conflict, who join, let me start over. A private individual who joins an armed conflict for personal profit. I'm going to say it again. A mercenary is an individual who joins an armed conflict for personal profit. That is called a mercenary. Our police are mercenaries. They're private individuals because they're private first. They just don't know they're private. And they join an armed conflict for profit. So don't your police officers get paid? Right? They get paid. So you have to understand that you're dealing with someone who is called a mercenary. Now you're probably saying, Dr. Sherry, why is this important? This is so important because the British, what we're dealing with, are all called mercenaries. And a lot of times you will hear Anna talk about the mercenaries. Okay. So she's talking about those who have joined, their private individuals who have joined some type of conflict. Okay. Armed. Okay, for profit. So they get paid to do this. So our military are considered mercenaries. Why is this important? Okay, for those that are in court cases or you know somebody is in court cases, I need you to hear me very carefully. I want you to Google, and I didn't talk about Cal a long time ago. I've known about Cal for almost 2 or 3 years. but I felt like our audience wasn't there yet to understand what he did. But I feel like you guys are at the point now that you can kind of take this in. So I want you to Google Cal Washington. Cal was in a conflict similar to all of the horrific conflicts that you hear dealing with these courts. And remember now, this situation is not isolated to just America. They have done this all around the world. So just like I told you guys last week when I gave you the question, I'm going to give you the question again right now. How many states do we have? Put it in chat. How many states do we have? What time is it? Okay, I gotta make sure I keep up on that time. Gotta make sure I keep up on the time. All right, how many states do we have, you guys? Put it in chat. How many states do we have? I love my spring water. Y'all know I'll be taking this spring water seriously. How many states do we have, you guys? There we go. That's right. We got 100, right? Because each state, there is the state of state and there's the state, the actual state. So it's Pennsylvania state. I love my Pennsylvania. I know sometimes my people say, Sherry, you don't love Pennsylvania because you love Florida. I do. I love Florida too, but Pennsylvania has my heart. So there's 100, right? So we have like Pennsylvania state, and then we have the state of. So anytime in courts, they'll do the state of because all of that is de facto. All right. So it's the same thing all around the world. It's the same thing they're dealing with. So with Cal, and I can't remember where I can't remember where Cal was. Oh God, I got so much in my mind. Anyway, if you'll Google him, he'll give you his story. But in the courts that he was dealing with, because it wasn't America. We used his stuff in America, but I can't remember where he was. Anyway, he had been through the ringer. He was arrested. I mean, they took him through, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was dealing with child support. Yes, it was. It was dealing with child support and a divorce. He went through. You guys, he went through. And I know so many of us that have gone through. These courts have really done some damaging things to a lot of individual men, to a lot of natural men and natural women. They've done a lot of criminal tactics and criminal behaviors, okay, that these administrators of the courts that they call judges that come out in these black satin robes. You got to understand what all that stuff means. You got to understand there's symbolism for all of that. Even the courts, even the floodgate, the gate that you have to go, all of that means, even the bail lift, bail you out of water because you're drowning, okay, in the deep waters. You got to understand what all that means. So Cal had his own experience, and again, he kept trying to, because he refused to get an attorney, a bar card. He refused to get one, and he kept making mistakes. Well, he kept making mistakes, not knowing, telling the truth. Not, the truth is not standing. He didn't know how to make them stand down. He didn't know how to make them stand down. Okay, and that's what we try to teach you, how to make them stand. And I've given y'all so many examples of where I have made them stand down. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that with Cal Washington, I want you to go and read his story on how he made them stand down. And it all started with something he did not know what he was doing. Now, listen to me very carefully. I just gave you a definition of what a mercenary is, right? Mercenary also is linked in. It comes from merchant. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. Years ago, again, I tell you, they always start with the 1800s and all this carrying on, but they're talking about this stuff started, I think, between the 1st and the 16th century, somewhere in there. Okay, somewhere in those earlier 1 to 2 digit centuries, they had something called merchants. During this time, they didn't have courts like they have today. So a lot of the time ships would come in and they would have products or what have you. And say, for instance, there was a dispute with the merchants. So say, for instance, they were supposed to bring 12 bags of oranges. I don't know, whatever. Okay. Say we're supposed to bring 12 bags and they had already been paid for the 12 bags and they said, no, our paperwork says we're supposed to bring 10. There's a conflict there. They didn't have time like our courts now, waiting years and years and months, and you can't even get on the calendar and all that stuff. No, they didn't have time for that. First of all, they didn't have refrigeration for their food, so they had to make decisions just like that to get the stuff where they needed, the products where they needed to be. So they had to have court sometimes right there on the spot. Okay, that's what they call merchant court. Okay, merchant court. So they had court right there on the spot, called merchant court. And they had rules that went with merchant court, which is called now the law of merchant. Put that in the chat. I want you to write that in the chat. The law of merchant. Put that in the chat. Law of merchant. Okay. This is actually an actual court. It's an actual law. Okay. So what people don't understand, the hierarchy of this is the natural man, natural woman, and then which is called spiritual court. We're in spiritual court. Okay. And if you go to my Facebook, I actually did a writing about the difference between legal court and spiritual court. Don't ask me what post it is. I don't know, but I posted it this week. So just scroll through. But I did one this week. Okay, there you go. You're putting it in here. The law of merchant. Okay, the law of merchant. Okay, so there's the law of merchant. That's right, the law of merchant. Or you may hear it called law merchant. So anyway, it's the natural man, the natural woman, spiritual court. Go check it out on my Facebook, the little writing I did on that, talking about the different courts. Okay, so the spiritual court, then you have the law merchant, okay, or the merchant law, or the law of merchant. And then you have all these other courts. And the municipal court is way down here. That's your county, your city court. All that stuff is down here. Okay. But I want you to see the hierarchy. You got the legal court. You got, I think the maxims come after the spiritual court, law merchant. I think then it's maxims and equity. I think that's after that. And then you have all this other stuff. Okay. The legal court is way down at the bottom. All them statutes and codes. Listen, honey. That's down there. That's why when you go into this course, you have to let them know, excuse me, tap, tap. Let me get your attention. My status is higher than anyone's in here. All y'all are dead corporate entities. Your corpse. Did y'all know that's where the word corpse come from? Corporation? Corpse. They're dead. So you have to put it on the record, for the record. My status is the highest in here. My status is higher than the Supreme Court. Don't play. Okay. Don't play. Kangaroo court. That's right. Kangaroo court. So let me go back. So anyway, the law merchant is right under spiritual court. Cal started studying law merchant, not knowing what he was doing. Remember I told you on this journey, you're going to get to the point that you're going to get into spiritual alignment, even when you're not looking for it. Yeah, we knew Harrison, Karen Kangaroo Court. Even when you're not looking for it. If you stay on this journey, you might come here and just want to be status corrected, not knowing you are opening the door for something better to happen to you. You're opening the door for an awakening that will occur. You're moving to a space where your energy is going to start to be in alignment, where you don't want to bring harm to someone. You do want to start telling the truth. You do want to be a person of honor. All of this stuff happens automatically. It just begins to happen. Your spirit will be challenged when you see something and you don't say something. Your courage will come. Do you know not speaking up is also demonic? If you see someone being treated wrong and you sit there and watch it and don't say, especially when it happens in your own family, when you see somebody being done wrong and you say nothing. So they know in my family, wherever you bring it, that's where I'm going to drop it. And I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but I'm telling you, you bring it, it drops. Okay? So be careful where you bring it, because that's where it drops. And especially when it comes to my children, they know. They know. Don't play with Sherry's babies, okay? And I'm sure a lot of mommies are like that. Let me get back to my story so I can get out of here. All right, Cal Washington. So Cal was in a situation. He started studying law merchant. He began to understand how conflicts were handled using the law merchant. And one thing I told you guys is over and over and over again, older laws that they have not gone away. They're still on the books. And so when you learn the older laws trump anything that's going on now. Okay? It trumps it. That's why I told you in some court cases, we've taught people just to bring in the king's prerogative in the courts, and that could shut it down. I know a man, that's all he did was speak from that Bible. Because remember, Public Notice 280, I think it is. Yeah, Public Notice 97-280. I think it talks about how the Bible is the factual law. And he wore their behinds out with that Bible, and they shut court down when they know that he on the calendar. Okay, so these things are real. So when Cal learned the law merchant, he learned something called the notice of nobility. Let me put that in here. Notice of nobility. Did I spell that right? I think I did. Them I's and them L's is getting me. Don't start and that won't be none. Exactly. Notice of nobility. Okay, yeah, I spelled it right. All right. Didn't even know what he was doing. Now, why am I telling you about this? Because in the teachings that Anna is doing, they're using something similar to this now, which actually came from the law merchant. So I want to give you guys this information because I want you to go and study law merchant and see how conflicts were handled from merchants. And I wanted you to also understand who mercenaries are, because all of that has come out of that. Because what happened was when they flipped things around and we now are under the mercenaries. Remember now, we're supposed to be their boss, and now they done flipped it around. They're our boss. That's why when a police pulls you over, he think he is all hail to the king. Okay? Now I'm saying day after day in and day out, we are starting to put them in their place. You better understand who you work for. Watch who you talking to. Okay? Don't turn this into a battle. Okay? Yeah, you got the gun, but I got the mouth and I got the mind. And I know who I am, and clearly you don't know who you are. Okay, if you coming to me wrong, ask me for my license or my person. Okay, clearly already you done struck out. So I am telling you at this point, there's another path that you can go down. Okay, so I want you to learn about that. I want you to hear Cal's story. And now where the majority of you are mentally, you're going to be able to get it. Okay. And Cal will cover all of this. He has several interviews out there. He has his own group called Empower. But you have to be careful because at one point, people in America were using some of his stuff and they were shutting it down. They were locking people up. When people started using that notice of nobility, it got crucial out here. Okay. So his is called, anyway, Anna's using something similar to that with her notices. I don't think theirs is called nobility though. I think theirs is called notice of liability. Let me research that. I'll bring that back because there's a name for that. I think theirs is notice of liability. I might be wrong on that, but I'll double check it. All right, let me see what you guys. The police officer is King it. Yeah, no, ain't no king here. Black Thursday. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm out of here. I love you so much. I'm here looking at my paper. I'm going to leave my notes. I got my notes of things that I'm supposed to be doing. So I'll do that. I know tonight we're going to do that little activity. I hope that you have learned a lot. Hold on. Okay. A change is coming. Okay, you guys. That's all I have for you today. So I am out of here, and I'll see you back here tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Harrison Williams will share with us what he has gone through and give us another story of just the unbelievable. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for all your time. We learned a lot. Oh, great. Okay, you guys. Until next time. Love you so much. Bye.